My name is Lynne Placey. I live in Stewartstown, New Hampshire, and I oppose Northern Pass. My husband came from a family who valued land, and at one time his father, Guy Placey Sr., was the largest landowner in Stewartstown. And they grew up knowing the value of land. They were farmers, and Donald had bought this piece on Holden Hill before I knew him. And he cut Christmas trees and, selectively cut wood and did a lot of things up there. It was one of the first places that he ever took me. One of our first dates was on Holden Hill, and a beautiful spot, absolutely wonderful. He loved to hunt and fish, so that was a beautiful place for hunting. Donald was very proud of his land, and he probably took me there to impress me. We used to do a lot of cooking out, and we'd build a campfire and cook our supper. He loved it, and I just remember being impressed with the land and the beauty of it.
Northern Pass is proposing to build a 180-mile high-voltage electricity transmission line through some of New Hampshire's most beautiful landscapes. In northern New Hampshire towns like Pittsburgh, Clarksville, and Stewartstown, Northern Pass will permanently scar the land that has been used by generations of New Hampshire families.
Most of my neighbors are opposed to Northern Pass. I think I've only heard one who expressed the fact that I was foolish not to take the money. But everybody else has been very supportive and encouraging, and they've stopped me in the store and thanked me. And I have never, ever read a letter or heard anyone defend selling to Northern Pass. Now, in the last 2 weeks, I've had someone say to me, well, they're going to come now and they're going to offer you an exorbitant amount of money. They're going to maybe even offer you $4 million for your land. Don't be surprised. And I said, well, that's a lot of money. But I said I couldn't walk into the town of Colebrook or over to the town office in Stewartstown and look people in the eye if I did that. I said there's more important things in this world than money. And I'm not selling. The beautiful land is more important to leave than any amount of money, because material things will rust, they'll wear out, they'll break down, they'll end up in the garbage someday, but your land is irreplaceable. And I think I'm just so grateful that God blessed me and allowed me to marry into a family that valued the land. And I wake up every day and I just look out here and just enjoy it. It's beautiful, and I treasure that. I would much rather leave my land to my grandchildren, where they can go for picnics, they can go camping, they can hunt, they can fish, they can cut the wood's supply for the winter, they can cut some Christmas trees, they can go on first dates and not be in the city. I would lots rather leave that as a heritage to my grandchildren than any great big amount of money. And you can't put a value on that. You really can't, and it just breaks my heart to see these people who just have forgotten how hard their fathers and grandfathers worked to keep this and preserve it. My grandson came to me last fall, and he had been walking up back, and he came down and he said, Graham, he said, I've just walked all over the property. We have about 35 acres here. And he said, I looked up and I saw the canopy of the leaves, and I could see the blue sky through the canopy. And he said, I saw a couple squirrels running, and I heard the birds singing, and there was a gentle breeze through the trees. And he said, I thought to myself, what more could anybody ask for? And he was 14 years old, and that's how much he loves the land. I thought that was incredible for him to say. And that's how I feel. No better place on earth. my experience is that we don't want it. And it's been expressed in many ways, and I still can't believe that they're pursuing it. They're still coming ahead, and they're acting like we have no voice in the matter. They're just bullying their way right down through, northern New Hampshire, if they possibly can. Go back. Go back across the border. On this, we're not compromising. And I don't really understand why the governor and the legislature can't say that. If the people have all taken a vote in the different various town meetings and said, we don't want this, we do not want it, why can't our government say no? You're not going through New Hampshire. I'd like to ask them that. Why can't you do that?
Don't be fooled. Stand with New Hampshire's landowners who oppose Northern Pass. Don't let corporate greed desecrate what makes New Hampshire special. Visit www.forestsociety.org/NP for more information.